friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and of course, wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And now it's time for some movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. So Viola Davis will be the game maker in the Hunger Games prequel titled Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. The rest of the cast already includes Rachel Zegler, Peter Dinklage, one of our faves,
Yay.
and Hunter Schafer from Euphoria. So, I did like the Hunger Games, so I'd look at this prequel. It is about a teenage Cornelius Snow, who's, Donald Sutherland's character from the original series.
Oh, that's right.
So it's, it's a prequel involving his younger self. So I am definitely interested in it now. I'm really interested in knowing that Viola Davis is in it as the game maker.
Well, and I'm excited about Peter Dinklage.
Right? That's cool, too. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Do you know what role he plays?
Peter? No. The only one that no one else has been said exactly what they're doing except for Viola as the game maker. So it'll be interesting to see how a young Cornelius
But
comes
she's
to
going to
be.
be evil then.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I know. It'll be interesting to see how a young Cornelius ends up in the role he is later in life. Like how he goes from young man.
Right.
And then, anyway, I guess we'll see. Ridley Scott and Margot Robbie will produce Big Thunder Mountain. This is a movie from Disney based, of course, on another Disney ride. It will take place in a mining town amid the gold rush of the 1800s. So another ride being made of a movie. So we'll see how it goes. There's always hit and misses with those. As we know, there's another Haunted Mansion coming out later this year.
I know.
So we'll see. Even though we already did that one with Eddie Murphy and it wasn't great, but maybe that's why they thought, let's try again and try and get it right. We'll see. Robert De Niro and Barry Levinson are joining forces for Wise Guys movie. For a Wise Guys movies, which isn't a shock. Robert De Niro, he likes to play gangsters here and there, so him doing it again isn't a shocker. So I guess we'll see what comes of that. When I first heard the title Wise Guys, I was thinking of the 80s TV show called Wise Guy. I'm like, no, that's probably not at all what they're trying to go for. I'm sure it's completely different. And then, to actually my great surprise a little bit, Saw will have a 10th movie that will come out next October.
What?
I really thought, I really, really thought it was going to be done. But I guess in their mind, with that last one that came out with Chris Rock and Sam Jackson, I think it was just last year.
But
maybe it was 2 years ago, but I think it was just last year. I mean, that was their way of like rebooting it in a way, like just keep going forward.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and just because I'll still see it. I'm sure I'll still be in it, going to it.
I know. I still have it. I watched the first one.
Oh, okay.
Did I watch it all the way through? I can't remember. I feel like I watched it all the way through, but I haven't seen any of the others.
Oh,
Because that came out a while ago. The first one.
Oh God, yeah, it was
When
like.
was that?
I want to say it was like in 2000.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2001 at the latest.
Yeah.
God, I know.
That is a long time.
And then finally, Naomi Watts and Chloe Sevigny will star in Feud Season 2 for FX. The new season will be focused on Truman Capote and the women he called his swans.
Oh.
So I never watched the first season, which I believe was about, it was Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. It was like their beef acting opposite each other in early Hollywood. That was the first season of Feud, which I swear was like a couple years ago, and there's barely getting to season 2, but... I don't know nothing about Truman Capote, so I'll have to wait to see a trailer to see if this even sounds interesting to me.
All right.
So movies and TV shows out this week. First we have Beast. This is in theaters and stars Idris Elba and Charlton Copley. So recently widowed Dr. Nate Daniels and his 2 teenage daughters travel to a South African game reserve managed by Martin Battles, an old family friend and a wildlife biologist. However, what begins as a journey of healing soon turns into a fearsome fight for survival when a lion, a survivor of bloodthirsty poachers, begins stalking them. Oh, that actually makes more sense now why it's so mad.
Oh.
That makes sense. You see the trailer and you're just like, is it just... He's just angry, or what's that people are on his land, or what? But it's because he escaped from poachers, and he's pissed. Got it.
See, I told you there's a reason animals get mad.
So, I do think it looks good.
I hope he wins.
If the point is just for the family to get out without killing him, or
Yeah.
I guess that would be cool. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Or maybe they cuddle up at the end, and they're
No.
like friends.
No, it's not
We
going to
don't
be
know.
like
It could
it's not. Gonna, I
happen.
mean, not even Jurassic World. People really cuddle up with any of the dinosaurs at the end. So
they waved.
yeah, well, sure.
This
That's
is true,
That's
yeah.
true. Then we have Look Both Ways. This is a movie on Netflix and stars Lily Reinhart from Riverdale and Danny Ramirez. So on the eve of her college graduation, Natalie's life diverges into two parallel realities. One in which she becomes pregnant and must navigate motherhood in her Texas hometown. The other in which she moves to Los Angeles to pursue her career. You know, I will watch this because even though it's just another remake of it, it looks exactly like Sliding Doors,
Yeah.
where it just shows you two different versions of her life. So, you know, we like that scenario, so I'll give it
I really do. I mean, I loved Sliding Doors. That was such a great movie. So,
So, yeah,
hopefully.
I'll give it a look. And I did watch that series too on TV that was about the same thing with the gentleman. I can't remember the name of it now. It had James Wolk in it. It didn't get renewed, so I stopped watching it knowing it was going to end on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
When
that's right. There'll be no cliffhangers for you.
Like, I don't like it when it gets canceled. Like, I don't want to bother finishing then if it's not going to finish in a good way. Then we have The Next 365 Days. This, of course, is the third movie on Netflix. Continuing the saga of Massimo and Laura's relationship. As some of you remember, this is a movie I had started watching, and it was very crazy and strange, but hey, it was 3 books. Now it's been 3 movies, and now it is done. The second movie was really bad, but I'm still going to hang in there and just watch the third, just because I got to finish the trilogy. So that's fine. It's not the best storyline.
Massimo and Laura's relationship. Are we talking about Massimo? No.
No, this is that movie I told you that is about this character Massimo kidnaps Laura when she's on vacation and says that he has 365 days to fall in love with him before he'll let her leave. And of course, because this is a movie and, you know, somehow we like these crazy things, you know, of course she does. And in the second one, they get married, but he still can be an a-hole. And so in the third, we're just going to see how it ends up. We're just going to see how the third ends up because it's just one of those crazy things. So I'm rooting for the interloper named Nacho, of all names. He seemed really nice in the second one, so I prefer her to run away with him and leave Massimo the idiot in the dust, but we'll see.
Okay.
Then we have Bad Sisters. This is a new series on Apple TV and stars Eve Hewson from that other crazy show we watched called Behind Her Eyes, and then Sharon Horgan and Anne Marie Duff. So the Garvey sisters are bound together by the premature deaths of their parents and the promises they made to always protect one another. This actually looks very interesting. And when I watched the commercial, like they were at the funeral, yes, I guess, of their parents. I didn't realize who it was. But then, like, something happens to someone's significant other, and they're all just trying to, like, cover for the others.
Oh.
I'm like, huh. It looked kind of comedic with some drama in there, so.
Oh, okay.
So I'll probably check it out.
But it's not necessarily a comedy.
No,
Okay.
I'll probably check that out on Apple. Why not? Then we have She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. This is the next new series on Disney Plus from Marvel, and stars Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black, Mark Ruffalo, of course, as the Hulk, and Tim Roth as Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie that had Edward Norton in it back in the day.
Oh,
so
wow.
they're really bringing out all the guns for this. So Jennifer Walters is the Hulk's cousin, and so she has a complicated life as a single 30-something attorney who also happens to be a green 6'7" super-powered Hulk. This is a straight comedy, unlike the other previous Marvel series. If you see the trailer, you know that it's just supposed to be funny and just a looser, more carefree series than, like, say, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and WandaVision and Hawkeye.
Right.
It's just supposed to be more carefree. I think it looks cute. I'll watch it, of course. It's supposed to take place right after Shang-Chi in the timeline of everything, just so y'all know if you happen to watch it. So that's good to know.
Well, that is good to know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten... We went together to that movie. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Remember?
I don't think we went together.
We didn't?
No. Nope.
I thought for sure we did.
Nope. Don't know a thing about Ten Rings. I know the Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Well, I don't remember who I saw it with then. Anyway, So anyway, I just think it looks cute. I love Mark Ruffalo, so
I do too.
He's a really good Hulk, and so him, trying to help out his cousin navigate this new scenario of hers is interesting. And I guess she ends up, it's because she accidentally gets some of his blood in some accident, which is how she ends up even having any of the Hulk transformation in her.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay. So it's like, how does she end up getting it? But that's how. And then, finally, the first series is coming out this weekend.
Can't wait! I'm so excited.
It is House of the Dragon on HBO Max and stars Matt Smith, Graham McTavish, who swear just cannot get him out of a corset or whatever you want to call it to save his life from Outlander, and then Emma Darcy. So this is the story of the Targaryen Civil War that took place about 300 years before the events portrayed in Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
It does look good, so
It sure
we'll
does.
give it a whirl this weekend,
But it starts, isn't it Sunday?
Sunday. Mhm.
Yeah, Sunday, people.
Sunday. Yep.
I'm gonna plan for Sunday. Not taking any calls. Ain't nobody better call me.
Then we have Orphan, First Kill. This is a movie that will be on Paramount Plus and stars Isabel Furman and Julia Stiles. So this is a prequel, yes, to the other Orphan movie
I
that
was
came
just
out
gonna
years
ask
and
if
years
that were
ago.
the case
Yeah,
because I
it's a-
did get that. I bought that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
you bought it? You liked it that much?
Nope. I bought it because it was on sale. I think I got it for like $5 or something, and I was just buying some to watch for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
And I hope this one's better. I mean, Julia Stiles is in this one, but
So you didn't enjoy that one? Oh, okay.
I thought it was dumb.
So after escaping from my psychiatric facility in Estonia, Esther travels to America by impersonating the missing daughter of a wealthy family. Yet an unexpected twist arises that pits her against a mother who will protect her family at any cost.
So this one sounds good.
So it has a prequel supposed to come before that last one. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Then finally, we have Sprung. This is a new series on Amazon and stars Martha Plimpton, Philip Garcia, and James Earl. So this is about an unlikely group of formerly incarcerated people who band together to use their criminal expertise for good. This actually looks pretty funny. I'll probably check this out and report back to you what I think of this one because actually this looks pretty funny. The idea.
I
of
love
course,
James Earl. Can I just tell you that?
So many people do. So many
I
people
know, but
Yeah.
Dad.
It's like I just really like it. It also has that's right. It also has Garrett Dillahunt, who actually starred with Martha Plimpton in it was a series that I used to watch on Fox. I can't think of the name that I just adored. Their son had like a kid in high school, and he was living with them, and but they were not fit to raise kids either because they had him as high schoolers, and so now then their high schooler had it, and they're just like, why are you continuing this cycle? Anyway, it was a pretty funny show. It'll come back to me later, but yeah. So anyway, this just looks funny, so I'll check it out.
Well, good.
So what we have been watching this week. So for me, I went and saw Bullet Train in movie theaters. This, of course, stars Brad Pitt and Sandra Bullock in it. This was very entertaining, I'll say. It had good action, and then it had a good amount of comedy, a little bit in a zany way, but it worked. It was like Brad Pitt portrayed, like a smash and grab thief, just in the most earnest way that this made you laugh. Because of the stuff he was trying to be, he didn't want to carry a gun, he just wanted to be all like zen and cool and just grab what he needed to grab and get off the train. But of course things go horribly wrong. And he's just trying to make it through the day. So it was just very entertaining. He gets on the train, he finds what he's supposed to find, but then all these other basically assassins, and that's not what he is trying to get to the suitcase, for themselves. So the whole time on this train, going to Kyoto, Japan, they're trying to get it to. Trying to get it away from him. And so it was just really funny. It reminded me of a show I'd seen years ago, and I remember what it was called, which was Seven Psychopaths. That's what it kind of reminded me of, because there wasn't 7 people, but I mean, it was just like, because each individual on there anyway had their own personality, and they kind of introduced them in that same way. It would be like, this is Ladybug, this is Lemon, and they would do a quick backstory about that person before it would go back into the scene and continue. It would stop the scene, and they'd be like, this is who this is. And then they would be like, oh, and then it would come back to the scene. Anyway, it was very well done. I really liked it. I would say I would give that, honestly, 4 stars. I recommend going to see it. It's good stuff.
Okay, good. It does look funny. I would like to see it as well.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. And then I watched Westworld season 4 on HBO. I was waiting till I finished the season because it's such an interesting show, and especially this season, I wanted to wait till I got the full extent to even comment on it. It was very short, 6 episodes. It was released once a week, but I didn't enjoy this season, unfortunately, like I had previous
Really?
ones. It was very strange. It was strange, and as usual, you don't.
Well, it's a
this-
very strange period.
Yeah, but this one again, kind of like the first season, you didn't really know fully what was going on until the end, and then once you were understand what was going on, I didn't like it. To me, it was the reasoning was dumb, and so for me it wasn't that appealing.
So the storyline
it ended in a way that it could come back for another season. It has not been renewed for a 5th, but it could, the way it ended, come back for a 5th. But if it doesn't, the ending was fine. It wasn't cliffhangery like so much. It made sense. You could kind of draw your own conclusion from where it ended.
So good riddance.
So yeah, I was just kind of like,
shoot.
It was just kind of like not. Yeah, I wasn't impressed by this last season, unfortunately.
Well, I'm
all.
still trying to get through season 2, so I just think it's so odd.
Like I told you, I mean, if you're not really into it by now, I would stop.
Okay.
Because to me, season 2 wasn't as good as season 1. So if you didn't really enjoy season 1, you're really not going to enjoy season 2.
Okay.
That's just my
All right,
feeling
well, I'm
on
good
that.
then.
And then lastly, I watched Never Have I Ever season 3 on Netflix. As you know, you guys, I was all hyped about this last week to watch the new season, and it was still funny as ever. I still so enjoy John McEnroe's voiceover work. It's so hilarious. One of the other characters has Andy Samberg as his voiceover. I was hoping they were going to throw back Gigi Hadid in there, who used to be Paxton's voiceover, which was so funny. They made his voiceover a girl, but anyway, it's so funny. It's so well done. Mindy Kaling writes it, and she does such a good job. It is well done. I can't wait for season 4, which will be the final season, which will put them all as seniors. Well, one of them just graduated, but it'll put the majority of them as seniors in high school to see where it all ends up. So, yeah, that one I enjoyed much more. That's a 4-star 4 wine.
I
cork
was
above
going
the
to
board.
say, wow.
Whereas Westworld, I'm sorry I didn't rate that, but I'd only give it
Yeah.
like 2 wine corks for that for season 4. This wasn't my
Yeah.
cup of tea this time.
What about Bullet Train?
That was a 4 wine cork.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Good. That's good. What's it going to take? What would be our 5? It's just going to have to be perfect. Maybe this whole the whole prequel to Game of Thrones. Could be 5. I don't know.
Maybe.
In my opinion, anyway. So what I've been watching this week is I watched a new documentary on Netflix, because I love documentaries. It's called Fake Girlfriend, and it's about Manti Te'o, who was a all-star football player from high school through college, and he was catfished. And usually, or nowadays, the person who got catfished is really the victim. But in this case, because it was kind of new, he was kind of they made him out to be the villain. Like, he made up this story about his girlfriend, that she wasn't real, and it's not like he needed all this notoriety, because he already was the best football player at the time. He was a linebacker. And for those of you who watch football probably know his story, but it almost ruined his football career. And it was a guy who was transgender, but he had made up a fake profile using the picture of a girl he knew, used her picture, but then he put his information in there. And boy, it was quite the mastermind, quite the manipulator. To the lengths that he went. So if you want a good documentary, this was really good. Again, it's Fake Girlfriend on Netflix. And then I started watching Sandman, and I know you have too.
Yes.
And that, we can probably both chat about this. Wild, weird.
It was very weird.
The special effects are incredible, I think. The storyline is very bizarre, but, given the fact that it's such a wild, I don't know, how would you even describe it?
Just it's just an energy. I guess this is an interesting journey through. I don't know
Hell?
how dreams work.
Dreams, yeah, exactly. You know,
this
dreams
scenario.
are supposedly supposed to be a good thing. You
Right.
know, right? And it helps people to move forward into different parts of their life, you know, for the good. And you know, this is kind of at stake. So anyway, I've enjoyed it. There are a couple of cheesy things, but you know, like
that's true.
ravens that talk and swear. I was like, yeah, okay, could have left that one out.
Yes,
but for the
that's
most
true.
part, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, me too.
I think.
I think so. Yeah, it's a little slower burn, I guess you could say, type
Yeah,
of show.
that is true.
That's but yeah, so far so good in terms of it. It's interesting that everyone in his universe. I mean, it's basically a family. They're all siblings. Everyone he keeps going to see. So minus Nightmare, who is just an employee, I guess you could call of his that he's trying to rein in. But yeah, it's like that's true.
Yeah. So anyway, and there's some one of the guy that I forgot his name, who plays the son who gets out of his psych ward. He
John?
was John. Yes, he was also in Harry Potter. I don't know if you
Oh
noticed
yes,
that.
that's true. That is true.
Anyway, so yeah, that gets me a little excited when I see
He was
actors that are
Professor Lupin.
That's right, Professor Lupin. Anyway, I would give it a whirl and see if that's something that fits your fancy. It's definitely, you could take it or leave it, I think.
Yeah.
One of those.
That's true.
And then the third one that I started watching is on Apple, and it's 5 Days at Memorial, which is the story of one of the hospitals during Katrina and the craziness that ensued there. Yeah, I mean, it's based on a true story, so it's very sad, because what happened to them. It really wasn't all about the hurricane. It was about the levees breaking and what went down there. And it was awful. And of course, it holds a soft place in my heart because I actually went to New Orleans and helped rescue animals. And so it was like so many things, like smells and pictures and experiences are just like etched in my brain. Mm-hmm. And so, I had heard some weird things that had gone on at one of the hospitals, but I didn't put it together. And now it's kind of like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And still 3 weeks after the hurricane, it was still a mess. It's still a mess today. They still, the government bought all these trailers and they sat and rotted. Like nobody got to live in them. Mm-hmm. You get the government involved and everything goes crazy. So anyway, but it's really good. And Farmiga, what's her first name?
Oh, Vera.
Vera Farmiga. I love her because,
Yeah, she's a good little actress.
yes, we talked about this, I think, last week because she's in the Conjuring movies.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
And I just love her. But she's in it, and she plays one of the major characters. Dr. Poe, I think is her name. So, anyway, I watch it. It comes out weekly. So, unfortunately, there were 2 released. But, yeah. So, I'll be watching the rest of it as soon as I can.
Right. I'll probably give it a whirl later. I have some other things on my plate.
You have
but-
several other things on your plate.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right, and then I just want to mention a couple of things. And of course, we're going to talk about this more as we get a bit closer. But just to get everybody excited, for those of you who have watched the first season of Carnival Row, it has been ongoing as to when the second season is going to come out. And they keep saying, promising and promising, but nothing. Now, we do have a date. Well, not exactly a date, but it's coming out in November of this year. So we're very excited about that.
Finally.
Again, as we get closer, we'll let you know the exact date. And also Handmaid's Tale, Season 5. Woo, woo, woo. September 14th or 15th. It comes out.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Or was it the 14th? Anyway, 14th or 15th. We'll go back and look. But again, we'll get you caught up. But those are 2 exciting shows for me. So I had to mention it.
Of course.
Well, I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
Nope, that's it for the week.
All right, kind of a short one. We don't have any other trailer talk, but we probably will for next week. So we appreciate you listening. We had fun as usual, and hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give us a review or comment, as it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you guys.